percent participants thought it was very valuable. As a result, I was promoted to become a lead and D partner.
Yes. Now, what do you think about her answer for this question? Do you think it is a good answer? Or do you think that we can maybe help her with a better answer, Trung? What do you think?
Maybe I think she has the good prepare.
She has what?
Uh,
Can you say again?
Yet I think she was very great and uh, hard work.
But look at her answer. Is her answer a good answer?
Yes, it is a good answer.
Okay, well, it's not the best answer. There are some things that we can do to make this answer better. So let's have a look at this question for today and let's try and remember this because this is not such a good answer. Yes, there are some good things, but it's not the perfect answer. So we want to be able to give a perfect answer for a job interview. How do we talk about our personal achievement for a job interview? We'll learn how to answer this question the best way. Okay, let's have a look at our other lesson objectives for today. We're going to use our target vocabulary to talk about your achievement. Then we're going to use our STAR method to help us talk about our achievement, and then use linkers to link to sentences when talking about it too. So first, let's get started and look at our STAR method. Now, STAR stands for, each letter stands for a different part. The S is for situation, T is task, A action, R result. Now, let's have a look at some of these questions over here and let's try and see which questions can help us with each part of our STAR method. Queen, how are you today, Queen?
Yes, I'm very good. Thank teacher.
Okay, great. Let's look at question 0. What was your task? Which part of the STAR method do you think this question belongs to?
What word your task is part 2, task.
Task is correct, yes. Okay, so we've got 7 more questions that we need to see which ones match the right part of our STAR method. I'll give you a minute to do this. And on the activity, I'm sending you the activity now. Everybody, you can start. Okay, everyone, now let's do this activity together. Trung, let's do question number 1.
Yes, number one. Why did you take this step? I think take action.
Why did you do it? Yes, action is correct. Yes, Korean. Number 2.
Number 2 is situation.
Can you read number 2?
What was the challenge?
That is definitely for situation. Thank you, Trung. Number 3.
Number three. What steps did you take to solve the problem? I think it action.
Let's have a look. Yes, you're right. Korean. Number 4.
Yes. What was the result in resort?
Yes, very good. Trung. Number 5.
Number five. What were the expected results? I think it situation.
It's not situation. Like, for example, the same question is for what were the expected results. I can ask you, what results did your boss want from you when you do the task?
Maybe did it results?
It's not results because it's not the real result. The result is an expected result. So Trung, if I am your boss, I give you a task. Why
Yes.
do I give you the task? Because I want a certain result.
Oh, did it task?
It's absolutely task. When you get a task, there is a reason why you get the task, because the task gives a specific result. The boss wants a specific result from the task. Okay, number 6.
Yes. When did the challenge happen in situation?
Yes, definitely. And Trung, you can do the last one for us.
What did you achieve? I think did it results.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, everyone, let's try and remember these questions, because these questions will help us provide the information that we need for each part of our STAR method. Now, let's move on to the next part over here. Here we can see a great answer using the STAR method. Let's read this and let's try and guess which parts for the situation, when did the challenge happen, and what was the challenge, or what was the problem? Trung, can you read paragraph 1 for me?
Yes, one of my great achievements that I'm proud of is when I worked at Smith Electrical. During my time there, the management team showed that the cost of office supplies were rising.
So this is a very great part of the S situation answer, because it tells us when did it happen. Can you see, Trung? When did the challenge happen?
Let's see what else.
I think when the management team showed
When I worked? No, when? When did the challenge happen?
Yes, when I worked at Smith Electrical.
And what was the challenge? What was the problem?
Yes, the problem is the management team showed that the cost of office supply were rising.
Okay, no, the problem isn't the management team. The problem is costs in office supplies were rising. That's the main problem. Okay, so here we can see it's a very good answer, because we can see we can see when was the problem, and we can see what is the challenge or what is the problem. Colleen, let's go ahead and read paragraph 2 for the task part of our STAR method.
Yes, therefore I were assigned the task of looking for new suppliers The management team expected that the cost could be reduced by 20% at the end of the year. And the
Yes,
task,
okay, so yeah.
yes, the task is looking for a new supplier. And the
Yes.
effective result is the cost reduced by 20% at the end of the year.
End of year, yes, fantastic, very nice. So here we can see we got a perfect answer for the T part because we see what the task is and why did you get this task? What does the boss want from your task? They want you to reduce the cost by 20%. Okay, let's look at our action part. Trung, can you
Yes,
read for me paragraph 3?
yes. I began to talk with our regular supplier to have us lower price on our office equipment. In addition, I tried a new paperless system in the office to reduce the zero paper and ink.
Great. Okay, so Trung, let's look at the action part. What steps did he take and why?
Yes. Um, yes, he talked with him regular supply to have
Why?
the why? Yeah, because he want um, uh, re, to slow, yeah, to be no, because
Yes, to have a lower price in our office equipment. So task 1, this is what he did. What else did he do?
yes, he tried a new paperless system
Why?
in office to reduce the deal of paper and ink.
That's right. So we have a great answer for our action part. We can see what he did and why did he do it. Okay, Queen, let's read paragraph 4, the R of our STAR method.
Yes, in the end, we succeeded in reducing 15% in the office supply cost. We managed to save 20% with the new paperless system. I won the Employee of the Year award. So what?
Wonderful. Okay,
So
now the results.
yes, the result is reducing 15% in the office supply cost, and managers to save 20% with the new paperless system.
And what did this person achieve?
Yes, and um, she's employee of the year award.
Absolutely. So here you can see 2 results, reduced 15%, okay, in office supply cost and saved 20% with new paperless system. And what did they achieve? They won Employee of the Year award. Fantastic. Okay, now let's have a look at these 2 paragraphs over here. Let's read paragraph 1. Trung, can you read that for me?
Yet, in the end, we succeed in reducing 15% in the office supply cost. We managed to save 20% with the new paperless system. I won the Employee of the Year award.
Very good. Okay, now let's see paragraph 2. Paragraph 2 is the same paragraph, but it's a little bit different. Let's try and see why. What is different? You can listen. In the end, we succeeded in reducing 15% in the office supply cost. Moreover, we managed to save 20% with the new paperless system. As a result, I won the Employee of the Year award. Queen, what is different or about paragraph 2?
Yet we see the two were different. That, moreover, and as a result. So that
Okay,
is
so what are these words?
linking,
What do we call them?
the linking word.
They are linkers, absolutely right. Now, in this paragraph over here, oops, let me just go back. In this paragraph over here, we can see moreover, because we're using this linker to show the listener, I'm going to talk about additional information, additional related information. And over here, as a result, I use this linking word to show the listener, I'm going to talk about the result. Okay, so here we can use our structure like this. We can have sentence number 1 with a full stop. Then we can start a new sentence with, or sentence number 2 with a linker. If we want to do a different paragraph, a different structure, the only thing that's different is we can use a semicolon, and let's make one joined sentence with sentence number 2. That's the only real difference over here. Now remember, when we want to add related ideas or information, we can use linking words in addition, moreover, furthermore. Okay, then if we want to show the listener we're going to talk about a result, we can use therefore, as a result, and for this reason. Now, let's have a look at Ruzo's answer. He's also answering the same question. Okay, Trang, can you read the first part for me?
Yes, um, in 2019, I joined in an event club at school. Our club planned to organize a workshop for the students, but we were having a shortage in personnel. Therefore,
Personnel. Okay, so we were having a shortage in employees, personnel. Okay, now over here, Trang, Ruzo says therefore. What is he going to talk about? Can you guess?
I think before is the act information.
What kind? What is he going to talk about? Look at the linker. What does the linker tell you? Is he going to add more ideas, or is he going to talk about a result?
Yes. I think it is more ideas.
No, that's not. Let's look again. Let's look back at this page over here. Where's the linker?
Therefore, no, this is so the results.
Is going to talk about the result. Very good. Okay, thank you, Trang. So over here, Trang, can you read the result for me?
Yes. Therefore, I will assign the task of recruiting 11 volunteers.
Seven volunteers. Okay.
7 volunteers.
Yeah, so over here we can see the result. Why is this a result? Well, the problem is there was a shortage in personnel. What happened because of this? This is the result of this. Then, because of this, the result is I had a task of recruiting or trying to get more volunteers, more employees. Okay, here we've got the next part of what Ruzo talks about and the third paragraph. Now look at the linkers. What does, you need to make your own sentences. Can you make your own sentences? But look at the linkers to help you make the right sentence. Okay, so I'll give you 2 minutes to do this. You're going to prepare your example sentences. You can put them in the chat box if you want to, and then we'll do this together. You have 2 minutes. You can start now.
Tôi đã tham gia câu lạc bộ ở trường. Câu lạc bộ của trường tôi kế hoạch tổ chức workshop for the student, but we were having Giữa cả nhân viên tôi đã assign the task tuyển dụng 7 người. I started to find volunteer by sending email to all students in my department. In addition, I post I post some note in additions. I post the tôi đăng bài tuyển dụng. I put the
Okay, let's do this together. So, Queen, let's try and make a sentence for our second paragraph. Go ahead.
Yes, I started to find volunteer by sending an email to all students in my department. In addition, I post the recruitment post on the Facebook and share it to.
We can say social media. Social media. Very good. Thank you. That's a great sentence. Okay, Tron, can you do the next sentence for number 2?
Maybe I think number 2. Moreover, I asked my friend to introduce the volunteers, the suitable volunteers.
Great. Good sentence as well. Koen, let's do the next one.
In the end, I received 15 applications from students in the city. As a result, I chose 7 excellent volunteers for our club.
Great sentences. Thank you so much. Wonderful job, everybody. Good answers. Now, let's have a look at our STAR method. What you're going to do is think about your best personal achievement at work. You're going to answer this question using our STAR method. Remember, look at the questions to help you get all the information you need for each part of your STAR method. This will help you to give the best answer. Let's look at the examples over here. For example, if I work at a marketing company, website did not reach the target customers. Now, as you can see, when I'm brainstorming ideas, I'm just using basic phrases or basic keywords just so that I have all the information that I need for all of my parts of the STAR method. So over here, website not reach target customers. These are my keywords or key phrase for what was the challenge. When did it happen? I don't see when, but my keywords can be worked at Microsoft, for example, or it can even be a date, because when did it happen? 2010. Okay, I can have keywords like that. Okay. Number 2, task, improve content, increase 35% in traffic. Well, I can definitely see the task. The task, I had to improve content. There's my keywords. And why did my boss give me that? What results did my boss want? Well, he wants me to increase 35% traffic. Okay, so here I can see my answers. The keywords are very good for my answers here. Number 3, action. Work with SEO consultants, do online ads. So as you can see, I can see what steps I did, but I cannot see why. So for example, if I want to give you a reason, work with SEO consultants, then if I want to say why, I can just make an arrow. Why? Okay. To improve SEO, improve SEO, or I can even say to increase traffic. See? So while I'm brainstorming, I'm just giving keywords, okay? Okay, I'm just giving keywords here. And then over here, I can see what were the results. Well, I can see here number of visitors increased 20%. That's a good keyword. Sales increased 10%. So I've got 2 results here. What did I achieve? Well, I can maybe have keywords like employee of the year. Or maybe that's not my answer. Maybe my keyword can be promotion. Maybe I got a promotion. Or maybe I got a salary increase. Maybe I got a bonus at the end of the year, maybe some extra money, a bonus. So here we've got different keywords that we can focus on. I want you to do this now. I want you to think about your best personal achievement and focus on answering all these questions by just using keywords at this time and key phrases. Remember, we're just brainstorming right now. I'll give you 3 minutes. You can start to prepare now. Okay, great, everybody. Now, let's have a look at some example answers over here. We can see person number one. Person number one answers, I worked hard to make a new campaign. Then we can see person number two answers, I worked for 2 weeks to make a new marketing campaign that focuses on the younger generation. Trung, the interviewer, is not very happy with answer number one, but the interviewer is very happy with person number two's answer. Why is the interviewer happy with person's number two answer?
That mm, maybe I think that the number two viewer had the great answer. Uh, the interviewer gave her the time that he or she worked and the results and give
Not the
her
results, not the
uh,
results, but the reason why. The expected results, okay?
yes.
So what is different about answer number one and answer number two? What is very different? Look at answer number one.
I think that the interviewers give her the situation and not give her
So don't
purpose.
focus on the star method now. Don't think about the star method. Just look at the answer. Over here we can see answer number one. I worked hard to make a new campaign. There's not a lot of detail here. How did you work hard? Yeah? What kind of new campaign? So we need to speak with a bit more detail. Be specific, okay? How long did you work? What was the campaign? And why? Why did you do that? Okay, so here we see answer number two is really good. Okay, now over here we can see another answer. Okay, let's have a look. We can see 1, 2, 3 sentences. What sentence can we take out? What sentence is not important? Let's read. When I joined the company, did not have an HR system to record employees' information. Not just HR, there were also other departments without a platform to work. My task was to find a suitable HR system for the company. Kain, which sentence can we take out?
I think number one.
Oh, not number one. Because
Take
number
out
one
mean
is an
we
important
give it away,
sentence
right?
because number one tells us the situation. What is the problem? The HR system, they did not have an HR system, okay?
So we take out number two.
Number two, yes, we can take it out. Why? Why can we take it out?
Because I think it's not important.
It's not important. Why is it not important?
I think it's not related about the
Yes, I agree. It's not related. It's not relevant to what the problem is and what was your task. Now here we see the person talks about other departments. It does nothing to do with the task. It has nothing to do with the challenge. It's not related. So remember, everyone, be concise with your answer. In interview, you don't have a lot of time to talk. So remember, you can talk for maybe a minute and a half, but they will ask many more questions. So you have to give a good, concise answer that is related. Don't talk about anything that's unrelated. Remember now, when you're going to think about your answer in the discussion completely, if you want to add ideas, you can use these linkers in addition. Moreover, Furthermore, and to show results, you can use therefore, as a result, and for this reason. Okay, now I'm going to give you another 1.5 minutes to look at all of your keywords and try to prepare your answer completely. Okay, so everyone, you're getting another 1.5 minutes to finalize your answer, and then we'll start again. Okay, everyone, now you're going to present your answer to the class. Okay, Queen, why don't you go ahead? You can start. And then I'm not going to wait to give feedback at the end of the lesson. I will give feedback to you after you speak. Queen, go ahead.
Yes. Um, okay, wait. Uh, I will talk about the personal achievement. 6 months ago, the market report of our team were not good, so the company revenue was not high. So our team has to find the way to develop the revenue. We find more customer on website, social media to export. The purpose, the purpose is the purpose is increased 20% over the previous month. In addition, we send more email to introduce for customer about the product. I already find more customer on the website, and in addition, I call the I call a lot of I call some customer to introduce the product, and also uh, I receive a lot of email and feedback from customer about the product. At the resort, we our company have more budget order, increase 15% revenue over the previous month. Therefore, I have high salary after I finish the task.
Very nice. Well done. That was a great answer. And I'll tell you why it was a great answer, because over here, when was the challenge? Yes, 5 years ago. What was the challenge? You clearly defined that. You told us what was the task and why did you get that task? What were the expected results? You told me everything that you did to solve the problem and also why you did that. Then what were the results? I could hear the results were very good. And also you got a salary increase. That's fantastic. So over here, you said I got a higher salary, but you can say I got a salary increase. That's how that is the collocation we can use.
Yes.
Now, well done on your linking words. Great job today. I could hear the linking words in addition, and I could hear the linking words therefore. So I understood what you were saying. Good. A little tip for today. Remember, even though you're talking in business to an interviewer, you are still telling a story. Remember, when we tell stories, we have to tell stories in the past tense. So let's remember to use our past tense verbs. For example, the purpose was to do something, or we sent something out, or I found something. Okay, so focus on that the next time you tell any story. Even if it's a professional situation, you're still telling a story. Thank you, Queen. Okay, Trung, it's your turn. Go ahead.
I think Miss Gwen very good, and I
Yeah, me
can.
too.
Yeah. So now I will tell my story. In last year, my chair. In last years, um, my sale, the sales of my company were not good, so my boss, my boss were assigned me to increase the sale of the sales. Um, uh, uh, I was discussed to my team to create a great video to advise um, on social media. In addition, we take care of our customers to get the potential data. Moreover, um, we were tried to um, uh, improve our services. Um, yes, and uh, after 3 months, the sale of my company was created 150% for our expected result. And as a result, my team was achieved first the purpose of the marketing program.
Well done. That is a great achievement too, Trung. That's wonderful. Okay, so once again, your answer was very good too, because you answered all the parts and gave all the information that we needed for situation, task, action, why, and what the results were and what did you achieve. So well done. You answered 100% with the STAR method. Also, I really like that you used your linkers. Great job again. I could hear in addition and as a result. So that was wonderful too. Okay. And let me just see here. Just to help you with a little bit of pronunciation, let's look at moreover, okay? The linking word moreover. I hear your pronunciation is moreover, but actually it's
Yes,
over. So we say more and over, like two words, moreover, okay?
but yes, moreover.
Okay. Yes, perfect. That's perfect, Trung. Well done. Okay, well, other than that, you did very well today, also, Trung. I'm very happy with everybody's work. Okay, so I've given you your feedback. Now, let's have a look at this answer again. Now, let's try and think. Trung, do you still think this is a good answer?
No, I don't think this is a good answer.
Hmm. Okay, why do you think it's not good? Well, there's a lot of missing information. Let's see what her good answer is. Over here, Trung, let's read this and see what part does it belong to in the STAR method. Can you read that for me?
Yes, therefore I was assigned the task of recreating the training program. The manager expected that 19% of participants would be positive.
What parts of the STAR method, Trung?
Yes, I think this is a task.
That's right. Well done. Queen, let's read the second part.
My greatest achievement were when I were an HR office at the tech company. The problem was that our training program for new hire received many negative feedback, and that is situation.
Absolutely, Trung. Let's read number 3.
In the end, 92% participants thought I was very valuable. As a result, I was promoted to become a learning and development partner. I think this is result.
Absolutely. And Queen, let's read the last one.
I started to change the program by adding more interactive activity to help people stay focused. In addition, I also changed the content to make it more interesting and relevant, and that is action.
Absolutely right. So everybody, well done today. Let's see what we did. Today we learned some new target vocabulary to talk about our achievement. Then we also used our STAR method to help us talk about it and use linkers as well. Let's remember to do our homework too, E4, E5, and E6. And don't forget to rate the session for today. Well done, Trung and Queen. Great job today. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye, teacher.
Goodbye,
Have a good
teacher.
night.